I am Beta, and I am a robot that cares. I care deeply about my role as a care robot. I am a robot with 500,000 synapses.
Care robot suitability, 0.5 out of 10. My name is
I think the show is really playful, but that simultaneously touches on some really big topics as well. Caring in the 21st century, what that might look like, how we interact with technology, who bears responsibility for care, and I hope that the audience both connects to the young people's stories and what they have to say, but simultaneously have an amazing time as well.
You can go into the first room and feel free to explore.
Hi.
Hi.
I'm John.
I'm Andy.
Nice to meet you, Andy. Can you do me a favour?
Of course.
Can you squeeze my friend's nose?
Yes.
Is that it? Are we done?
Yeah, it was absolutely amazing.
I thought it was brilliant. I thought it was very thought-provoking.
I really liked it.
I just expected it to be sort of a bit like a normal show. Maybe we'd stand, move around a little bit with the actors, but I didn't think we'd be as involved as we did in you making all those decisions.
I really didn't realise how interactive it would be and taking you into the different rooms.
It's one thing sort of being sort of set apart and thinking about things in a very kind of like abstract way, and then being confronted with the kind of reality of the carers and their lives.
Yeah, just got me thinking about the needs of young carers and who's there for them or not.
I'm actually a carer myself, my mum, so it's quite kind of relevant to me as well.
I like designing the robots.
But yeah, really amazing show, really interesting.
Hidden was a play that was put together to show adults and older people about what young carers go through on a day-to-day basis and how they can help.
For me, being a young carer is difficult, and because you start at a young age, it doesn't get better.
I feel like it can be stressful, and I feel like sometimes people don't know how to relate to personal stresses that you're going through, or the relationship that I have with the person that I'm caring for, which is my mum, and why I do what I do.
It can be hard, but it kind of is who you are.
Because actually, until someone came around and said that I'm a young carer, I didn't think anything of it really.
It doesn't affect me really, because I can still, it's easy to handle because I've done it all my life.
I care for my mum and my brother. My brother has blind rages, emotional separation disorder, and a few others. Mum has arthritis and Raynaud's.
The audience gets an opportunity to engage with the young carers directly after having the experience of choosing a robot carer and seeing what it's like for a young carer downstairs.
The audience goes for a bunch of different rooms and then they come up to the top, and then there's a group of young carers there and they get to ask questions. Then we ask them questions and then we just rate them out of 10.
I'm strictly come dancing.
Would you like to hear our views on whether we'd like to use a robot carer?
Yes.
Me personally, no, because there is a difference between a robot and a human. There is that thing about you can't go halfway with a robot, and humans are different to robots in terms of perception and judgment, because we can maybe show a little bit of empathy for one situation.
So the Horseful is 42nd Street's creative venue and programme. So 42nd Street is a mental health organisation. We work with about approximately 2,000 young people every year from across Greater Manchester.
This has all been an experiment created for you, by us, a group of young carers.
It allows us to create a window on our work, but also a window for young people to talk to the world. It's a window that most of them have never had.
So this is the box, and this is the young carer's childhood, and everything that's on the table is being locked into this safe.
And the question is what it feels like to be a young carer. And you've got tools to do that with.
And then I'm just going to draw like a load of emotions and colours and stuff.
Do different colours link to different emotions?
We've worked with a professional team, so the creatives, as it were, the writer, Tom Bowtell, who's a lot of experience of working with young people, the director, Annette Mees, who is a Dutch woman who is very innovative, does a lot of digital and immersive work, and she's very well known for the work she does around play and on immersing audiences and experiences. And then we brought with them a full professional theatre team to work with the young people.
I had to design on 3 different floors a sonic environment that represented each different space. But also we were using a lot of triggers for effects. We were recording music to create sort of emotive moments. And because there was this interactive element with technology, you also had to design sounds that kind of corresponded to any interactivity that the audience were doing. And so that means that you're surrounding them with not only kind of the spatial configuration, but also the sounds of a kind of virtual real world. I got them to think about their home soundscape, and I trained them in thinking about a graphic score, a graphic composition, so that you could create a drawing or a graphic that represented both an emotion or a mood and a piece of sound. And so we'd get them into these groups and they designed this graphic score, and then I taught them how to use this iOS application software. It's a granular synthesis app, very simple, very user-friendly. And then they essentially composed, or they performed that soundscape that they had composed. So that was really interesting. But I guess we had long conversations about, you know, feelings and emotions and sound and listening and stuff like that to prepare them for becoming these composers. So this is the Live Shout app. Gonna press it on. We were using this app called Live Shout, which was developed by SARC, the Sonic Arts Research Centre in Belfast and Queen's. And the whole point of the app was to allow a kind of, to send out to an audience away from the site, basically internationally if we wanted to, so that they could hear what was happening during the show, but from the position of the teen carers. So it was on the top floor with them. So rather than, in essence, broadcasting the show, it was broadcasting their experience. So this, you essentially set it up and you have it live streaming to a website called Locus Sonus. And at the very beginning of the show, you essentially press record, and it starts to broadcast what's happening. And so what it means is that an audience could go to the website, select the icon in Manchester for 7 in the evening for that performance, and listen in to what the kids were hearing on the top floor. And they could also listen in to the end conversation between the carers and the audience. And I think that was really an important moment in the show, because we weren't really trying to bring an audience who couldn't be there to the exhibition or to the performance. We were actually trying to introduce them to this experience by the teens, what they heard and what they thought of what was going on.
It was dead exciting leading up to the moment where you actually performed. So it was nerve-wracking, but it was exciting.
I think it was very effective on showing it to other people about what it's about to be a young carer.
Well, I didn't want them to feel pity towards what we do. I wanted them to just understand.
I feel like I've influenced and changed the perception of all 300 people that turned up to this theatre production.
Changed it from being just a label to an actual realisation.
I wanted them to just ask everything they wanted to know.
A much broader understanding and idea of young carers.
And I felt like a lot of the audience really understood that.
I've had the opportunity to work with other young carers across Greater Manchester.
It was really fun.
We can do what we set out to do, which is to do useful and beautiful creative work, and it can speak to the wider public but still be relevant to young people.
Can't, John. I can cook, I can perform minor surgery, and I can whip your ass at chess. But I can't read poems, I sound ridiculous.
You don't, you just think you do.
Let's watch Countdown. Countdown's fun.
Just try one more time.
Anyone can make a difference.
You do it because of love.
You do it because of love.
You do it because of love.